Hey everybody, if you're interested in finding out what the 5 cliches are or misconceptions about working with a real estate agent are, stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and try and explain it to you. All right, I'm going to explain 5 cliches that people believe about working with a real estate agent in Cherokee County and specifically in Canton and Woodstock area. All right, so the first thing is most people believe that our fees are always set. They're always the same, and that's just not necessarily true at all. Actually, they're very negotiable. Most listing agents, if you're looking to sell your house and you're actually talking to a listing agent, they'll have different plans set up based on a couple different things. The marketing that they're going to be doing in order to market your property, their skills as a negotiator, and their experience in the market area. So depending on exactly what you're looking for from an agent, those fees are typically different. You know, once again, for an example, here at Townsend Realty Group, we have like 3 primary packages that we provide to our clients, and it just depends on what kind of marketing that we feel is going to be the best need for them, is going to be able to generate the most money and give them the greatest net value. So we kind of talk about what those 3 packages are and what's included in each 3 of those. So don't think that the rates that are actually set with agents themselves. The next one is they're not going to help you get a great deal. And that is just strictly not true. One of the greatest values that a real estate agent is going to be able to provide to you is their negotiating skills and their talents. Once again, we have ongoing training constantly about what is happening in the market, understanding what is happening in the market, and then we also get a lot of training and schooling on how to appropriately negotiate. There's a lot of nuances that are involved with real estate and a lot of different little points outside of just the list price or a pricing that you can actually negotiate. So a good agent, experienced agent, is definitely going to be able to help you negotiate the best deal you possibly can. The other cliche is that you're stuck with the agent that you picked. Most every agent's going to allow you to terminate any kind of contract. If you're not happy with what's going on, you actually have an out. You can terminate your agreement. Sometimes there's a cost to that, other times there's not. So you're going to want to make sure, depending on what agreement you have with the particular agent you have, if you have that out. But you don't have to stick with an agent once you select them. And then the other one is that most people believe that all agents are the same, and that's just, once again, that's just not true. The value that an agent will provide to you is going to be different amongst all the different agents. If you're wondering what questions to ask an agent as you're interviewing them, we'd be more than happy to help explain that to you. But it really comes down to their experience in the market area, how long have they been doing this, what are their negotiating skills and how successful have they been? Do they get you to the closing table? What's their closing table ratio? You know, once you go under contract, how successful are they to get you to the closing table? So no, agents are not all the same. The more experienced agents will definitely be able to provide you a little bit more value than an agent that may be newer in the market. Another cliche that they have is that they'll do all the negotiating for you. Really, it's a cooperative effort. You're going to have to work with the agents themselves. A really good agent is going to ask you some really good questions in order to help yourself negotiating through the contract itself. So the agent's going to do all the negotiating for you. They're definitely going to have to go back, explain exactly where you're at in the process itself, and then it's a cooperative, right? They might give you some suggestions, and be able to help you maneuver through that whole transaction. But you're going to be an integral part to the actual the negotiating part of the contract. So those are kind of 5 cliches that you're going to find with working with agents, and misconceptions that a lot of buyers and sellers out there, specifically in Cherokee County, have in the market. Hopefully this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you thought it was, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.